Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well, here I am sitting and meditating on this beautiful Lemurian crystal. Isn't this just lovely? This is one of my favorite pendants, and I just needed it today to give me an energy reboost. By the way, look where I am. Do you recognize it? Psychic Bob's back home. That's right. Well, the reason I need energy reboost is I had to come back. I was scheduled for in-person readings this week. People had scheduled like a few months ago. So I traveled all the way back from my mom's. I took the train up this morning, and then I went right into the office. I've been doing readings all day, and then had dinner break, and I got more readings tonight. So, Psychic Bob's running at both ends, a little tired today. But you know what? I don't care how tired I am. I got to spend time with my Tubies. You guys are like family to me. You aren't like it. You are family to me. And, so I'm putting on my channeling crystal here to really tune in. You know, my spirit guides one time told me, and this was interesting, it was a prophecy, and they said that in the future, quartz crystals would be more valuable than diamonds. I don't know how that's going to occur or what's going to happen, but who knows? Anyways, I was told it once in a channeling, and so, I really treasure my quartz. And if that's true and they're right, that comes to pass, woo, I got some bling. Anyways, well, here we are. It's messages from the spirit world, and I'm just so glad you're here. I'm a little tired tonight, so today's messages may be a little shorter than usual, but at least we'll get a few in, okay? So, anyways, I just want to say thank you, though, to all of you who came out to yesterday's video. We had horoscopes, and I covered all the major transits for the week and all the 12 zodiac signs. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, definitely check it out. You'll get your own individual horoscope, okay? Well, here it is, messages from the spirit world, and we do this every Tuesday. For those of you who are new here, welcome to Spirit Channel. My name is Bob Hickman. I am a professional psychic medium, and I'm here really every day. I put videos out, but on Tuesdays we do mini psychic readings for people. And if you want to get in on messages from the spirit world, first of all, let me tell you, it's absolutely free, no charge, okay? Now, it's true I am a full-time professional medium, and I do charge for private sessions, one-on-one, but for messages from the spirit world, no charge, my community service to all of you. And if you want to get in this video for a future reading, you can put your question in the comment box below this video, or you can write to me at my email, readings@robert-hickman.com. Again, the link will be below. So we're going to jump into the letters here, and I'm so glad you're here. I got to get my camera all resorted. I hope you can see me. But before we do that, let's all just take a moment and let's attune to the spirit world. Okay, I hear my spirit guide Fletcher back here. He says hello. All right, our first letter today is from Tim King. Hello, Tim. Tim's a long-time viewer here. Good to see you, Tim. Tim writes and says, "Hi, Bob. Is it possible to pray to someone who has died? Thank you, Tim." You know, Tim, that's a great question, and I have to tell you, absolutely, unequivocally, yes. You can pray to the dead. The Catholic Church has been teaching it for a long time. They call it communion of saints, but even before them, it was existent. In the spiritualist church, we believe that everybody, dies, goes back to the spirit world. But when they go to the spirit world or heaven, whatever you want to call it, they don't suddenly cease to have a love or a connection with us. No, they're eagerly watching us and trying to communicate with us as well. So when we pray to the dead, we communicate, we open that connection, we get a connection with them. Excuse me, guys, my throat's a little dry today. I've been talking all day. So those who have died, who have left us, are really not far away. My spirit guide Rose says, those in the spirit world are a whisper away, and it's really true. So yes, you can pray to the dead. Doesn't require any big formal ritual. Just call up a name and start talking, okay? But don't be surprised when they answer back. You'll be like, oh my God, I actually got somebody talking back. They will talk back. Now, when they talk back, you might hear it inside your head. You might have a feeling. You might just smell something, or you might get a full, auditory message that is in the room. It doesn't matter how it comes. Be open to however they send it. And also give the spirit people feedback. Tell them what you're receiving, what you're not getting. If you're hearing something that sounds muffled, you say, hey, I can't hear it. It sounds muffled. Can you clear it up? Give them feedback. That helps them to communicate with us. So to answer your question in a short way, is it possible to pray to someone who's died? Absolutely, yes. And might I also say, they don't have to be a big, high, and powerful saint. See, like in the Catholic Church, they always say, only the saints can answer prayers. Well, spiritualism says anybody who's in the spirit world can talk back with us. So go ahead and reach out to those you have loved and lost, and they will be there for you. Okay. Hope that helps answer your question. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from California Dreamer. Hello, California Dreamer. I love that name. I want to go to California. They said, hi, Bob. I was wondering if there are any spirit messages for me regarding job opportunities. Thank you. Blessings to you and your mom. Hey, thank you so much. Listen, California, I have to tell you, I got Fletcher back here. It's the weirdest thing. I hear him tearing fabric and using scissors and stapling and doing glue guns. And what he says is that you need to seek a work. His words are literally, tell California Dreamer to find a job where they get to be creative. I'd like you to explore something where you kind of prepare like displays. I keep seeing you work like doing window displays for like stores like Neiman Marcus or Tiffany's. I feel that you have a very strong artistic bend to you, and I think that you could really take off if you were doing something. For example, fashion design would be good for you, marketing, advertising, anything like that. That's where your power is. You want to work in the creative side, particularly like I feel like it's like related to fashion industry, fashion style, designer goods, things like that. That's where you're going to do well. And I feel like if you were to like seek out opportunities, even if you don't have a lot of experience in that, you would be able to get something by September. So it looks like you will have an opportunity for that come around September. Okay. I hope that helps. Thanks for writing. All right. Our next letter is from Truth Seeker. Truth Seeker, where it says, hi, Psychic Bob. I've had a lot of instances where I'm at home by myself and I often hear my name called, or electrical gadgets turn on and off by themselves. What does this mean? Who is trying to get my attention? Thanks again, sweet spirit. Hey, Truth Seeker. I have to tell you, I'm getting a spirit in your home. You've got an earthbound soul. The guy's name is George, and I believe he, older gentleman, maybe mid-60s. I feel like he may have had depression. I'm not sure if he was a suicide or he just died being so depressed, but he's an earthbound soul. And what's interesting is I feel like after he died, he suddenly realized, oh, gee, death's not the end. And what's interesting is he's no longer depressed, even though he was really depressed in life. He's discovered the irony. It's almost like comedic to George that you live beyond the grave, so suicide wouldn't end it. He may have contemplated suicide. I don't actually think he committed suicide. But I think like he's thinking, well, gee, I'm glad I didn't do that. That would have been a waste of time because you live on beyond the body. But his name is George. I can hear him clearly. He's just trying to hang out and have fun. He's enjoying actually being alive after death. He never thought there would be life after death. So he's chosen to stay on Earth because he has a connection, I believe, to the property you're living in now. I don't know if it was that exact home or like an earlier house, but I feel like he crossed over like in the early 50s, late 1940s, early 50s. So he's been literally hanging around that property for quite a number of years. And he's the one calling you. Okay, don't worry, he's not going to hurt you. I also get a female voice around you. And I'm curious to know if you've heard a woman, because I feel like there's another person. There's a female. I actually think the other voice is a relative of yours. I want to place this on your mom's side of the family. It feels like it would be like a great aunt. I don't think she's earthbound, but I think she's also visiting. She's one of the people calling you as well. So you got a few people around you, but you're opening psychically. And what it all means is that you have a connection with the spirit world. They, in the spirit world, they see your light, so they're drawn to your light, and that's why they're drawn to you, okay? Anyways, not to worry. You might want to call in a guardian angel. I keep getting Archangel Raphael around you. Ask him to help you to connect to George, because I think that George is getting a little restless now. He's a little tired of being on Earth for so long. So you want to help him cross over, and Archangel Raphael will help you do that. Ask Raphael to come in and help with him, okay? All right, I hope that helps. Thanks for writing. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Susan Colon. Hello, Susan. Susan writes, says, "Hi, Psychic Bob. My daughter was born with the veil, which I believe means that she could have some psychic abilities." Ooh. She and my son also have some emotional challenges, such as social anxiety. Can you please help me understand all of this? Thank you. Hugs from Susan. Hi, Susan. Great letter. Well, let me tell you, it is actually believed that when a child is born with a veil over their head, the veil is the I don't know medicine, the sac that the baby's in, the amniotic sac. Sometimes it comes out with the child when they're born, it's over their head. That has, for many, many hundreds and hundreds of years, been interpreted by witches as a sign of gifted psychic ability. And I have to tell you, and all the people that I've talked to over the years, and you have to remember I've been doing psychic work for over 20 years, this has actually come up in other people's readings. And it does seem, to be honest with you, that it holds true. All of these kids that are born like this are very psychic. So I feel that that's kind of the universe's way of saying, pay attention to, this child, they walk between the worlds, between the veil. The veil represents the spirit world. And so, yes, I do believe that your daughter, that is a sign. Other than that, I do pick up around her and your son a lot of lavender light, which tells me that they're both empaths. And this empathic ability is what's bringing up their social anxiety. One of the things that you can do, even little kids can actually do this meditation exercise, is you want you to help them visualize like a turn dial. Like you might even get an old radio that has a turn dial to demonstrate it, and mark around the dial, low, medium, high, and then off and on. And what you want to do is you tell them that when they feel anxious, visualize that dial. That dial is most likely up on high. So they can, in their mind's eye, visualize this dial on the wall that's marked on high and reach out and turn that knob to turn it down to low. And if they practice doing this meditation, this visualization, they'll be able to start to lower their anxiety, because that dial actually opens their channeling ability. And as empaths, they're open a lot of the time, and that's what's causing that. And when children are psychic, they are a little more sensitive, So like loud noises might make them anxious. Group scenarios, social anxiety actually does oftentimes happen among psychic, particularly psychic children. So yeah, that is what all of that means. But if you teach them the dial meditation and help them to learn that they can absorb as much energy as they want or shut out as much energy. See, when I was younger as a psychic, I just absorbed everything. And I didn't have any knowledge, and I didn't come from a family that had any knowledge of this. So at Christmas time, I couldn't go shopping. And now any of y'all know me know I love to go shopping. And I love shopping centers and malls. But at Christmas time, I couldn't deal with it. It's because all of that anxiety, I was picking it up and feeling it. So they're picking it up and feeling it. And it wasn't until my Psychic teacher taught me the dial exercise of turning down that dial. And I really practice it even to this day. And that was over 20 years ago I learned it. It really works. So all of you should do in your family, make it a group exercise. Anyways, I hope that helps. Keep me posted. Thanks for writing. All right, our next letter is from Mina Lori. Anyway, it says, Dear Bob, I want to know if my grandmother Maria has any messages for me. XOXO. Hugs and kisses. Hi, Mina Lori. You know, when I'm stepping into your frequency, I'm getting a lot of blue and purple around you today. This definitely means that your channel is open for communications. I have to tell you, I feel that this grandmother has been coming to you literally for the last month. I keep getting a lot of dream activity, and Fletcher said, yes, she's been coming in your dreams. I'm hearing, let me see if I can get her voice. And Fletcher, can you bring her closer? I hear, you know what I'm hearing? I hear her laughing, and she said, that's my girl. That's my girl. She's very proud of you. She's asking me to tell you not to be afraid. It looks like you've got some changes coming here. Could be an issue, not right now, but in the next year, an issue about a housing change or a move. And she says to tell you not to worry. She's helping you with that. So she's around you. She says to tell you she loves you as well. And she said, tell her I'm at peace. She's at peace. She's doing fine, okay? But she's around you, and I do think she's helping you with a move. Isn't that interesting? Also, she keeps talking to me. I hear something talking about a handbag. I don't know if she's alive, but she's showing me in spirit. She got this beautiful, it looks like it's like Italian leather, really fine crafted handbag. And she said, I got my handbag. And I get the sense when she was on Earth, she used to love handbags. Or there was this handbag she wanted, and I don't think she ever got it in this life, because I think it was very expensive, like a $1,000 Italian bag, but she never spent the money on it. And she says, tell her I've got my handbag. So I have to deliver that. I hope that makes some sense. But she's with you, sending a lot of love from spirit. Okay. Thanks for being here. Blessings to you. All right, our next letter is from Billy Mayer. Billy writes this, Dear Psychic Bob, I keep having dreams of a shadow being who takes the form of various family members. In one recent dream, I was in a house alone, and then I was grabbed from behind by this creature, and I found myself paralyzed, lying in a bed with this creature's arm wrapped around me, while he was breathing making an odd breathing sound. What is this entity? Should I be concerned? Well, so my voice is going here. I have to tell you, Billy, normally I'm somebody who doesn't get too worried about dreams. A lot of our dreams are just the mind overtired and processing stuff. But every now and then, the dream world becomes a portal to the spirit world. And I have to be honest with you, I do feel around you that this is a message. This I don't think is just a dream. I think it is a communication with a lower level astral entity. Not necessarily demonic, but not necessarily human either. I don't feel this is an earthbound soul. I feel this is an astral being. In the spirit realm, there's the lowest level of the astral, has all sort of strange and bizarre creatures and people and realities. Some of them human, some of them not human. When I see this creature, it's interesting because I get fur around it, almost like it's like a human and a gorilla combined. Again, I don't think it's a demon. I think it's an astral being. And to be honest with you, I do think you should be a little concerned. The reason why is that many astral beings, once they figure out how to get a bridge over to this world, they love it here because there's so much energy and life force. They try to draw energy off people. And I feel that this creature is trying to draw energy off of you. Now, you said earlier, or later on in your letter, I didn't write up the whole letter, just the highlights here, but you mentioned about that you have put a bowl of salt in your room. Very good. That's the first step I would recommend because it is a purifier. This entity, I don't think it wants to kill you. I think it's just fascinated that it can connect with you. And the reason why it takes the form of various family members is that it's testing its own shape-shifting power. Yes, there are shape-shifting beings. And again, not all of them are evil. This one, I have to be honest, I don't think he's dangerous in a truly like evil, he's going to kill you way. But I do think he's a lower level entity. I think he's a trickster spirit, and I think he could be problematic. So I do want you to take it seriously. One thing that you can do is, besides the salt, I think you should fumigate your room with frankincense incense. Frankincense is a very high vibrational incense, very purifying, and I would recommend doing that, okay? You also, at this point, are stronger than the entity. Now, these entities left unchecked will feed power and grow stronger, so you need to nip this in the bud. And what I want you to do is literally go through your house, fumigate it with frankincense incense. Put salt actually in all the rooms, not just the bedroom. And then you demand that it go. You just say, you can't be here, go back to the astral realm. By universal law, it has to obey. Humans have all the power in this realm. And so it will ultimately obey you, but you have to be forceful with it. I wouldn't engage in conversation with it. It sounds like it's kind of freaky, so you probably don't want to anyways, but if you're tempted to, don't. The only thing you need to say to it is that it has to leave, okay? But that's what it is. It's a lower astral entity. Sometimes what happens is when people, especially if they're doing magic, I don't know if you've been working on magic recently, but sometimes magic draws in these strange little entities. Again, they're not demons, but they're not human either. They're kind of just these bizarre astral entities. So you might want to look back at your magic practices if you've been doing any spell work or ritual work. That may have triggered this, okay? But it's interesting that it comes in through the dreams, because that also tells me that it's not that strong. It has to manifest through your subconscious. It can't fully get full appearance in the physical yet, so it's kind of on the border. And our subconscious mind is kind of the bridge between the spiritual world and the physical. So that's why it's coming in through the dreams. So before you go to bed, and I also set the intention that you're closing the portal of your subconscious so that nothing can come through. Okay, and then call in all the spirit guides and angels. In fact, I call in Archangel Michael because he's so powerful, nobody goes up against him. Okay, and that should move him on. Between you and St. Michael demanding it, it'll be done. Okay, I hope that helps. Oh my gosh, guys, I just saw what time it is. Listen, that's all the time I got for letters today. Next week we'll have spirit shout-outs. Today I'm just tight on time and I'm really tired. But I thank you for being here. I love you guys. Listen, keep it here at Spirit Channel. I look forward to being here with you tomorrow on Wednesday. We got Wiccan Wednesday, so make sure to be here. And we'll have something fun and fascinating. Till then, remember this. Keep faith, hope, and love in your heart, okay? And you're sure to be a success. You guys are best. I love you. We'll see you back here tomorrow for Wiccan Wednesday. And until then, may you always blessed be.